Hello, everyone, and no one, and welcome to another Talking Into the Void. I don't have really much of a topic tonight. I actually think I'm going to play some Monster Hunter while we bullshit. But with me, as always, is Tier Alexander. Tier, how you doing?
I'm doing great, my friend. How are you?
Not so bad. And joining us as well as Angela. Angela, you staying safe out there?
Yes,
That's good.
it's actually like decent rain started about an hour ago,
Good.
and we might actually be put out by morning, I hope. It'd be nice to
Well,
wake up to the smell of petrichor instead of ash and smoke.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Join us as well as Will at Forge. Will, how you doing in another cold Michigan day? Did he step away?
I'm doing
Okay.
all right. I'm waking
You
up.
fucking just wait for the
Ash
pause
and
and that
dust.
whole thing. I'm like, shit. And then join us as well as Critical Thinkers Guild. There's a Critical Drinkers Guild. I always fuck this up.
Both.
It's okay. I've changed my name again.
oh no.
I keep doing that. I can't settle on one name for some reason.
I have no
He
room
says he says that, but every time he changes, they have to try and start tracking him down again.
God damn it! They're always after me.
Look, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not paranoid. There's only one of me. I'm solenoid.
Damn it! And I do work for a car parts store, so that's funny.
So I was like, retaking pictures of my Glock and my Beretta because I swapped over the optics just because the one was giving me troubles and can't wait to go shoot them on freaking Plausible on Wednesday out, depending on how things go. But I am the most excited looking forward to fucking Tuesday to going to the dentist for all things because I'm getting my fake tooth.
Yay.
I have plausible deniability.
What? Okay, now I'm so lost.
All right, what are you denying?
Everything.
Don't worry.
It's a joke.
Hey, brother.
And what's up,
Yo,
Clown and
Clown.
Mr. Scott?
And Mr. Scott.
And if you
Yo,
can't
Mr.
stay
Scott.
awake, there's no problem with that. You could always go watch the fucking driving video where I didn't realize I didn't pull the one thing out properly that on the back of my phone case, so it wasn't held on. So after like 6 minutes of driving or so, the phone started to come out of the clamp.
Wow.
It was like, oh shit. I was so glad I was at a back road.
Damn,
At that point, I'm
goddamn
only
misclicks.
going like fucking 5 miles an hour.
God damn it.
And what'd you say?
Oh, I just was saying goddamn misclicks.
We'll throw that
Don't
on
blame it on
there.
misclick. You meant to do it.
Do that.
No, I
Flip
accidentally
over
hit
to-
my right click
Shit.
button and it fucked up what I was doing.
So otherwise, what'd
What
you
happened
guys
now?
do today?
Work.
And I know that
Thankfully-
Will was just avoiding the cold and Angela was
Yeah,
avoiding
mostly
fire.
taking it easy. Lots of pain.
I actually slept. Yeah, I actually slept a lot. Between the smoke and the rain, it was just like, okay, I want to lay down and take a nap. And when I woke up, it was like night.
Sometimes that's just what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I'm still tired enough to go back to sleep. So
Yeah,
That's
that
good.
only gets worse with age too.
I mean, that is the one nicer thing about getting older that I've been able to do is, actually nap. I still don't nap well, or it's I guess it's either that or still naps don't want to take me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, for the
I don't
most
mind a good
part, they
nap.
don't.
Or you have massive headaches when you figure out how the nap doesn't, for some reason, didn't help you at all. Such is life. Sucks.
All right, Titsy Q.
Life is pain, and anyone who tells you differently is selling something.
Dr. Feelgood.
Work than
Life's a pain till you
GCW.
die.
Why does GCW sound familiar?
GCW is a wrestling
Okay.
promotional thing.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my dad to talk to T-Mobile because he wants to get Netflix, and I'm like, if you're gonna do that, just let T-Mobile pay for it. Yeah, you'll have to deal
Wow.
with the ads, but well, he only wants Netflix because he likes watching professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's what, and since was it WWE went over to that,
Mm-hmm.
that's what he wants. It's like he wants to be able to watch it again. Because he doesn't even care about
that's
watching
totally
the
fair.
wrestling. He likes listening to him talk because he finds it fucking hysterical. Like quite literally, he fast forwards through majority of the matches.
That's hilarious.
It
I
is.
don't know why.
I mean, he
don't know why that's
See, I
prefers
am like,
he prefers the banter.
see, I am exactly the opposite. I like watching the matches, or at
You
least
just
I
like seeing
did
sweaty
when
guys fight.
I no. I haven't really been into like the look of the guys since Roddy Piper.
I mean, still for wrestling, like the professional wrestling, like that does take a lot of athleticism for what they do.
Oh, it does,
Agreed.
because a lot of the stuff they do, I mean, it's choreographed, but they're doing real falls and stuff like that.
That's like for I know unsubscribe when they were doing their tour and whatnot. They had some people that apparently found out that getting put through a table is not near as bad as they think it is when they saw Angry Cops do that to like majority of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta pause.
But yeah, I admit that I had a crush on Roddy Piper and Bret Hart. And there was a guy when I first started watching wrestling, called Billy Jack Hayes. But the only like full-size poster I ever had was a poster of Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
That was the center of my wallpapering of posters.
I can see that.
My brother had a Miss Elizabeth poster.
Oh yeah, Miss Elizabeth was great. She was married to
She was married to
Macho
Macho
Man.
Man, and then they
Yep.
got divorced. And she married, I want to say, Lex Luger.
Wow, she gets
And
around.
he
That-
actually went nuts and killed her.
Yeah.
Oof.
Roid rage, not a
Mhm.
good thing.
Same with
Same thing happened to Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit. I was gonna say that, and Eddie Guerrero too.
It did? I didn't know about Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero didn't kill anybody. Eddie Guerrero
Oh, no.
died from
Yeah.
the effects of steroids.
Yes.
That's sad.
Chris Benoit went into a roid rage and killed his family, and then killed himself when he realized what he did.
Yep. I remember that moment exactly.
I remember
And then
when
his-
I found out. I was never.
Then Eddie Guerrero's was it?
Oh, she
sister or
OD'd in his
cousin?
house.
Huh?
Miss Elizabeth. She OD'd in Lex's house. She wasn't married to him, but she did
Oof.
leave Macho Man for him.
Oh, that's sad.
Was it an Eddie Guerrero's sister or something like that that tried to take over WWE at one point?
I don't remember. I did like Eddie Guerrero though. He was good.
Oh yeah, Eddie Guerrero was awesome.
I was really, really crushed when I heard that he died. I was also really worried when Bret Hart had his stroke, but
He lied, he cheats,
he's still
he
alive.
steals.
A good theme song.
Yeah, I
Yep,
stopped
it is.
paying attention to a lot of that years ago.
But yeah,
Same. I don't
cried
even.
when Guerrero died.
I can't stand wrestling now.
It's
So
so sad compared to what it used to be.
it doesn't even feel like wrestling anymore.
Now it's
A
really
bunch
just
of bitches screaming at each
badly
other.
how badly can we hurt ourselves while making it look like other people are hurting us?
Hmm. Well, it's that whole thing of escalation.
Yes.
It's awful though. It's like I used to be
Oh,
okay
I should have
watching
brought some
wrestling.
bombs.
Now I can't even. I just can't.
I just find it so utterly boring. And no offense to anybody who watches it, but like,
Mhm.
Yeah, like who? Like, how can anybody find this
That's
entertaining anymore?
right. Vicky
See, I-
Guerrero, his wife, was the one that did it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Vicky,
don't.
I fucking hated
I don't
her.
watch it, but I take offense to the categorization as boring, as offensive to all the legitimately boring things out there by comparison.
Again, I have fond memories of watching it. So
Yeah, I do too. I still do. I mean, like, I remember watching it like religiously when I was growing up.
so did I. I have very fond memories of it. So
My
I
favorite
will
was
never knock it.
Sting and Undertaker. Fuck yeah.
Now it's like watching now it's like watching a soap opera with absolutely no redeemable character.
Yes.
It's a
Like you're
soap
watching a
it's a soap
boring
opera for
soap
dudes.
opera. Ah,
It's wrestling is soap opera for men.
God, I
With
don't know
less
why, but it's just so
interesting
bad.
with less interesting drama. Are
And
you gutting that dinosaur?
yes,
Oh, you're the I know what you're doing. Yes.
I mean, people can't understand. Like, I don't understand how. Like, I know Matt loves wrestling. Him and his wife both do now.
I mean, there's still some pretty
And
cool characters, pretty cool and interesting people that are
oh,
doing it.
I'm not saying that there's
Yeah,
not cool,
it's just
concepts
never
and
really been my
characters and
thing.
stuff.
I do know I used to work with a guy that apparently, like, I mean, granted, I don't know if he still is, but years ago, my dad was even telling me about it. Like, this dude was really big into wrestling and everything. He actually knew quite a few of the professional wrestlers and were friends with them. So, like, when they would come this way in Michigan and we're doing something, like, he would normally go see, and they would specifically make sure they got to see him.
Oh, cool.
Not bad.
I don't remember which ones it was, but it was several of, like, big name people.
That's really cool.
Okay. What is because you showed me deathmatch wrestling, brother? Or do you mean the reason that I can't watch wrestling anymore?
Was it Deathmatch, or do you mean it was because you watched Celebrity Deathmatch, the claymation?
Love
Mm,
Celebrity
I
Deathmatch.
I used to have to watch that with him too, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yes,
DCW
you
is
know.
a lot of what they call deathmatch wrestling. It's
Hmm.
I want a
disgusting.
nice clean fight. Let's get it on.
Flawless.
I miss
And
Judge
he
Bro.
says yes,
I
that
got
is
you.
why that is why I can't watch wrestling anymore. It's awful because it isn't just one promotion that does it anymore. They all try to do it now, and
Well, it's
I
that
just
whole
can't.
thing of escalation of trying to get viewers. And the fads of, like, wrestling, just like a lot of things, they're gonna go in cycles.
Hmm.
I mean, I used to like when Kerry Von Erich was wrestling and like the Warrior and Ultimate Warrior, that's the one. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Warrior.
And I haven't heard
come
that in
out and
forever.
play.
And you had your bad guys like Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, and you had your good guys like
Man, Iron Sheik is a name I haven't heard in 100 years.
Steamboat, and
Same.
you did have your like in between guys like Billy Jack Hayes, and they weren't like 1 second they're going to be good guys and the next second they're going to be bad guys. They were just the guys that were just out for themselves, you
Mhm.
know? And I think the last time you really had a character like that was Steve Austin.
Oh, Steve
Steve
Austin was just
Austin
a
was
not
out for
give a
himself.
fuck guy.
What?
I don't think he was out for himself. I just think he was there to fuck shit up.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
He wasn't a good guy, he wasn't a bad guy. He was just a guy.
He wasn't officially a heel, but he was a face.
It seemed like for that one, he was meant to be more of like a kind of a shit stirrer.
Yeah, he was just a dude.
Yeah,
Just
but he
there.
still was a face.
I
Yeah, but
Alright,
what
so-
what she's getting at that is like he's not meant to be a fan favorite of the, it's like to be the good guy or to be the bad guy you love to hate. He's just
So-
there.
So my thing in wrestling, the term is heel and face. A face is
I
someone
I
heel, face,
know
and jobber.
here.
Jar Souls.
Looking for a Paloma.
I like how it got super quiet and awkward at the same time.
About to go try to kill this fluffy furry bastard.
I'm sorry.
Paloma. I
No,
can't
it's
fucking
okay. It
say
was a perfect time to laugh. It's just one of those
It'd
when
be like that sometimes.
it's just one of those when somebody tries to explain something that I've been into longer than they've been alive. It
Fair.
kind of gets
I mean, okay.
We'll just leave it as
It's
is.
just like that when people are really passionate about something. It's like everyone's passion is just kind of like throw up themselves.
Damn it.
If that makes sense.
So Tyr said Dark Souls. Is he playing Dark Souls or is that what you're playing?
I'm playing Monster Hunter World.
I was
I'm
gonna
not playing
say,
Dark Souls.
this doesn't
I didn't say
I
Dark
heard-
Souls.
it sounded like you said Dark Souls.
No, I said
I
God
heard
damn it.
They're about to show this furry bastard.
It
that I'm
sounded
gonna
like you
kill.
said
It
Dark
was the-
Souls to me too.
It was before you said God damn it, dude.
I said Jar Souls.
Okay, there you go. Well, it sounded like you said Dark Souls.
I mean, I said Soul, yes, but it was Jar Soul.
Okay. So I misheard you. I apologize. I don't know what that is.
Don't
Oh, no, I'm
apologize
playing
for that, he
Diablo
deserves it.
4,
Yeah, which is
Oh, cool.
which is free to play until tomorrow.
which I bought because I like the game.
Oh.
Bitch.
Very cool. What's it about?
I just bought it and started playing it.
And what are you doing in it? What's it about? You said you like it.
It's-
Oh,
oh, you said what's it about? I mean, I thought you was asking for story, but it's just an action RPG.
You don't need
Okay.
to yell, Tier.
Huh?
You're kind of yelling a bit.
I'm sorry.
An action
Yeah, I don't know
RPG with
any-
a bunch of demon lore. Bunch of
Demon lore?
demons and
Okay.
stuff.
cool. Thanks.
Give me your tail.
Because I'm like, I don't. I know people who play it. I've not. It's not one that I've seen played. So I'm trying.
Oh,
I've I've seen people play Monster Hunter before, so I kind of had an idea of what Rotten was playing.
And my roommate loves Monster Hunter, so
I'm an old school Monster Hunter fan, and I refuse to play Worlds on the ground that it sucks.
My friend Courtney and his brother Elliot play, so I got to watch them play.
They dumbed down Monster Hunter in the last couple of games, and it's annoying. Like
yeah.
it's lost its luster.
That tends to
like-
happen with games.
Monster Hunter was Dark Souls before Dark Souls was Dark Souls.
Same thing happened to Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, they dumbed it down to get this mass appeal, and it doesn't feel like the same game anymore.
Mhm.
So they tried to make it appeal to games journalists.
Well, okay, I'm gonna argue Resident Evil on that one. They didn't necessarily dumb Resident Evil down.
Mm.
What they did was people kept bitching about wanting to have returning characters. Well, you keep having characters that have basically had to face end of the world feats several fucking times. They're gonna get better. You're not gonna have the same, shock and awe unless you continuously up the ante. But then again, it just continuously up the ante. It's the reason why people liked Resident Evil 7 so much for what it was because you had a new fucking protagonist.
Hmm.
So
No,
you're putting someone back in there.
I don't even think it's that. I think it was the return to form that was the appeal.
Yeah, it was a
So-
return to form because you don't have someone who's been through all this. Because if you have someone who's been through having to fight the end of the world 7 times, if they're doing a return to the same shit of like being scared and the way things are, it doesn't make any sense.
Again, I don't think that's the same issue.
Oh,
The-
No.
It's kind of like after enough near-death experiences, they just don't phase you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, the complaint was when they did 6, it stopped being a survival horror game and became an action game.
Dude,
Like, you
it
had
became an
big-ass
action
action-
game in
In 5,
4.
but and people wanted a return to its original roots, survival horror. And it's not even about the characters returning. No one really gave a damn about
There
the
were
characters.
people
People
that
love
want-
Revelations.
There were people that wanted the return of, Chris Fields, Leon S. Kennedy, and that, and you have them going through and getting better. So it's that whole thing of they're not going to be able to just do that, or it's like not get better. Oh God, would you fuck off?
I mean,
you
again,
ice bastard.
God damn it! What do you want?
everything.
You are so rude to your cat. You know that?
Oh no, I'm talking about it's NPC.
you have
It's
an
NPC
cat.
playing the game, and this NPC wants me to do something for him.
I think more of us are playing games than not right now.
I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh still, so just trying to get all the cards.
I'm chilling in Minecraft right now.
All right, so I gotta run away from this bastard.
I mean, it's Sunday, and I'm not running the show, so I can play a game and just sit.
I'm having mashed potatoes and getting information about Diablo from my brother.
Uh,
Fair enough.
Oh, damn it. How'd I miss that?
I mean, again, the mass appeal of these games is starting to the wider audience or the modern audience is starting to destroy a lot of my favorite games because they dumb down a lot of systems,
Hmm.
or they create unique systems that weren't there in the originals, like going back and can re. All right, so I'll use Monster Hunter as the example because it's easiest. Monster Hunter used to be a game of strategy. You have to watch and see the telegraphed attacks, and you only got 3 tries, and you only got the shit you brought with you. There was no such thing as going to the tent and restocking. You could rest in the tent and get your health back, yes, but there was no going back to restock. And then you had different sets of armor, which was for bowcat, for long range, and for melee.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have one set of armor. You had like 2 for each set. Each material you had 2 sets. Well, in Monster Hunter World, they did away with that, and it really became a battle of attrition. That 9 times out of 10 you would win if you went back and like aid or something or restocked, instead of being this tactical. Okay, I need this, this, and this for this monster. And then the removing of G rank really pissed a lot of players off, because that was the ultimate test of if you could solo G rank, that was a badass marker.
Right.
And I'm proud to say I could solo a lot of G rank fights. And that, like, it's just what it was, and them removing that killed some of the luster of that game for me.
Oh, that's like
With
people
Resident
bitch.
Evil,
I was gonna say that's like people bitch about Dark Souls, because if you look at it, other than really Elden Ring and Bloodborne changed a little bit by being a bit faster paced combat, it's like the games got easier as they went, like for gameplay.
Okay.
What?
Well, no, finish your conversation, because I want to ask Rotten about the weird, furry, puffy neck Dilo dinosaurs.
Oh, I was about to say, for Elden Ring did like lower some of the difficulty with certain mechanics. Like you could level up anywhere, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So losing your souls or whatever they're called really wasn't a big issue anymore, because if I just wanted to level up, just go to an area where there's no enemies and level up. And then fights, granted, fights still stay the same, but some of the mechanics change. With everything being this big ass open world where I can literally walk from one end of the map without a loading screen, or one end of the map without going through zones of previous enemies. That also ruined some shit, because now I can avoid a lot of fights.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have that in Bloodborne or Sekiro or Dark Souls. If you wanted to go, you could fast travel to certain points, but you couldn't fast travel to every point. If you wanted to go to a certain place, you had to go through some battles. And that is a dumbing down of certain mechanics. Again, which I fucking hate.
Mm.
But you about to say something, Angela?
Okay, Rotten, that dragon looked like a bat, and the Dilophosaurus had a baby.
Nargacuga?
No,
What was
Paolumo.
that about?
A what?
Oh, I was one of the ones that I had to actually kill for.
is Gaia Fusion, is
Can't remember what it
Spiral
was
Fusion
for.
in this game? Hold on.
You know what angered me the most about what they did to Monster Hunter? I loved underwater battles in Tri in the third game, because it had one of my favorite monsters to hunt, the Gobel. Imagine a fish, a flounder that was also a puffer, and it was poisonous like a puffer.
Okay,
And
who
wh-
has Spiral Fusion then?
And when it puffed up, god damn it,
Sorry.
it got shit ton faster.
See, that's something that doesn't make sense of it puffing up and getting faster.
Yeah, especially
Huh.
not where you get the resistance.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just saw Rotten fight a dragon that was like an albino bat with a neck that puffs up so that it almost looks like it has a frill like a Dilophosaurus.
Oh. Okay,
Nope,
Purge,
not descending in the Rotten Vale
Corgon,
yet.
a vampire corruption. Okay, well, shit, that sounds fun.
My brother says that Diablo 4 should be free on Xbox soon, and he'll show me how to play.
Yeah, I remember Diablo 2 was the whole thing where it's like you would click on the bad guys that you would want them to basically kill. So it's like you would click on where you want your character to go, and then if you clicked on an enemy, they would actually,
Yeah,
attack
that's still
them.
what it is.
Pretty much.
And then there was the infamous cow hidden world.
Again, Diablo has changed a lot over the years.
Every game has.
I mean, it's not necessarily
Yeah.
a good thing.
Oh, I do agree in that. Not them changing isn't always a good thing, but it is the whole thing of occasionally they do have to get to a wider audience because they're not going to make any money off that core audience, because like the only ones
Yeah,
who
but
can really
see-
the only ones who can really do that to where they don't have to change anything is really in honesty like a lot of first person shooters that are predominantly made around multiplayer. Like
I don't necessarily think that. There's a lot of indie games that from the first to the sixth, like Dominions has not changed that much. Like they refined a lot of mechanics.
because that's like
But-
I still bring up with like Assassin's Creed after the Black Flag and like Black Flag 2.0, otherwise known as Rogue. I wasn't really the biggest fan because it became more of a fucking hack and slash.
Yeah, no, I didn't like the RPG. It became a fucking RPG. Like the RPG mechanics were totally unnecessary.
Yep.
Like turning it into an RPG killed that game for me.
I mean, it still was an RPG for the most part, but like once they turned it to where like your characters were doing basically hack and slash, and yeah, like once you got to, I think it was the second game, you couldn't counter kill every character. So you had to actually go through it. And I thought that shit was cool. And
I'm
then,
not sure what you guys are talking about, but my brother says Grand Theft Auto, after the top down, they figured it out.
I don't like the 3D change. The
I
go ahead.
I liked the top down in Grand Theft Auto 2. I really did.
Yeah.
and there were people that didn't.
The 3D the shift to 3D and it giving a more linear story instead of the zany, you're just this everyman that just in this wacky ass situation.
And I don't mind the change to the 3D and the story thing, but I enjoyed Grand Theft Auto 2 at the top down.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I enjoyed the you worked for the zany factions like the Elvises. You were working with a group of Elvises.
Yeah.
You work for the Mabatsu Corporation that were trying to breed dangerous chickens, and yes, they did.
Oh, and going back to like
They
the
were-
Resident Evil thing, the first ones weren't actually really survival horror games. They were puzzle oriented horror games with tank controls.
Yes,
Debatable.
that is true.
I'm gonna have to say that was debatable because ammo is
There were a
scarce,
lot of
and
puzzles.
Yeah, and that's
There
why
was
it's
a lot of puzzles?
that's why it's a puzzle oriented.
it was a lot of puzzles, but you still had to conserve ammo, and you could be fucked if you didn't do shit right.
Yeah, because like quite literally, that's why like their way of going about it, because it was to, again, this is back in like the PlayStation days, so you had to do everything based upon replayability. So it wasn't meant to be the whole thing of a survival horror. You were meant to. It's one of the earliest games designed with speed running in mind. It's the reason why you had a fucking time clock for it, like based upon your grade for how well you did.
Mm-hmm.
And
My brother says, "Go ahead."
I was saying by getting in less, it's like doing everything you're supposed to do in the least amount of time also gave you it's like access to other things that you normally wouldn't get access to.
My brother says Vice City, San Andreas, and I'm gonna guess that that's 5 rather than V.
Yeah.
Are all
Yeah,
better.
it's 5.
Nope.
But again, that's one of those things that it goes to a matter of opinion.
Again, all right. So I like a good story. Don't get me wrong. You know, good story. I'll be there. But after a while, it just became the same shit.
Mm.
And then 4 ruined it for me. Nico Bellic was such an unlikable main character. I don't want to kill as I kill.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you making me kill as he kills? I'm trying to get away from this life. As he's going into this life, Nico Bellic was such an unlikable main character. I couldn't stand Nico.
And you can do that. You can have an unlikable main character, which you have to have them grow as a character.
But he didn't. Nico's whole motivation
again,
was.
that's why I said you can have. It wasn't saying that person grew.
He's not disagreeing with you,
It's like
Tier.
this is like I have the discussion again going over to like Assassin's Creed, like Ezio Auditore, was not a likable character for majority of the first game. And a lot of people want to give Connor shit for it when it's like Connor had a lot of growth. He didn't have 3 fucking games of growth though.
My brother says, I'm guessing it's the one you're saying, Nico. It says Netio on here. Sucked, but 5 saved it. Clinton was.
God, there's that homosexual.
I didn't like. I stopped playing after 4. After 4, I'm like, I'm done with this series. Again.
I stopped playing it around Black Flag.
I stopped playing Assassin's Creed after Odyssey.
That was way late.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I stopped, I didn't play the one in England because that was just terrible.
I didn't mind.
If I wanted to if I wanted to play as a Peaky Blinder, I would just fucking play the Peaky Blinder game.
I didn't necessarily mind the Black Flag one. The oh god,
Syndicate.
Mainly because they finally got some more modern guns, and that was the biggest thing that I was looking at.
Again, they go from doing revolutionary times, then they jump to the French Revolution, and they don't do the Civil War. Piss me off.
It's fair.
Oh man, I'd have rather had the Expanse West. I want a
I'd
cowboy.
rather had the Civil
I
War.
want a cowboy assassin. God damn it!
Well, we're getting a samurai assassin, and he's black.
Well, I mean, you have
How stupid is that?
Red Dead 1 and 2, so I mean.
Yes, but I didn't have the assassin's blades. That's what I wanted.
And
Okay, fair. Cowboy with assassin's blade would rock.
So, do you know the original story that was planned for Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Nope.
All right. So, the original story was supposed to be that you played a nameless warrior monk who it's set right after the battle of Hanoji, where Nobunaga is killed by Mitsuhide Akachi, and it was said that the reason why Nobunaga was the Demon King because he had a piece of Eden. He had the sword of Eden. and it was going to be that his ninja, his retainer ninja, Hattori Hanzo was trying to hide the sword away. So he comes to your temple because you're supposed to be this warrior monk, and you were supposed to be based around Matsumune, the legendary samurai. It was kind of sort of not really Matsumune, but you were designed to be him. So you would literally wield two swords, and that was going to be a story. And you were trying to keep the sword away from Mitsuhide because Mitsuhide was evil in this universe. And you were trying to prop up not Ieyasu, Hideyoshi. Like Hideyoshi was supposed you were supposed to be working with him to retake Nobunaga's territory and then ultimately defeat him, Mitsuhide. And that's what the story was going to be. You propping up Hideyoshi. Well, powers that be didn't want that, so we got Black Samurai.
Yeah, because some
I
jackass
just trot
looked
that
at
up
it and was just
to
like, oh, the
DEI.
well, they saw the whole thing of like, oh, there was a black guy back in Japan in this time frame, and it's like, yeah, but you have to remember, for Assassin's Creed, they have always done the whole thing of historical characters are never playable characters; they're always in NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is in reference to, but my brother says, dude who made the bride sword in Kill Bill.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, the oh god,
The one who made the sword in Kill Bill.
Hattori Hanzo.
yeah,
But that all right. So Hattori Hanzo in that story is a sword blacksmith. Hattori Hanzo traditionally in Japanese legend or history was a famous shinobi, like the shinobi.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know is some type of warrior, so
ninja.
okay.
Yes, but they're called shinobi.
Okay.
So again, he was supposed to be like the man, and Getsu Fuma is the other one, the other legendary shinobi.
Mm-hmm.
And God damn it, I need to salvage
Where
those.
is this freaking homosexual?
What?
Freaking Great Gyros. There's a lot of gays I respect. Great Gyros is not one of them.
Why
Or
is he gay?
Gears. All right, then here's the
Okay, something is definitely happening.
Rabadon.
What?
I'm watching Rotten
Mr.
Play.
I got skeleton bones all over me.
You got your capture set on. That was my go-to set. If I was rocking anything,
It's a giant spiky armadillo?
Yep. And he's an asshole. Oh. Hunt the Rabadon. All right.
Mm.
All right.
all right.
Give me your tail.
That sounds perverted.
I wasn't
But
even
it's
going
suggestive.
to.
I mean, he the one that said it. I didn't say it.
I'm going to cut your tail off.
That's painful.
It'll live.
Oh, kinky.
Are you able to get through all of that crap?
Yep. It just takes a bit. It's broken.
It feels useful for balance, expressing mood.
God damn it. God, I hate that shit.
All right. So how do I break this? I slay all the Sanguine Knights. Okay, well, where are the Sanguine Knights?
They got exsanguinated.
All right, so I'm a necromancer killing undead things. I feel
It seems
Bullshit.
it feels sacrilegious.
Get up. Get up, motherfucker. God damn it.
You about to say something, Angela?
I was gonna say it seems like it'd be really easy to lose track of whether you're at the head or the tail on this thing. Until it like bellows, I can't tell where it's facing.
You ain't. Wait. You haven't seen anything. The monsters in the old games, terrifying.
The real reason he doesn't play the game anymore, the monsters gave him night terrors.
Nah. So
Oh,
so
God damn
there
it.
was a monster called a Jin Moran that was massive.
Oh, this is pretty big.
No, there's monsters that make your main character look super tiny.
tiny. They're called elder dragons for a reason. They're in a weight class all their own. Like
We haven't even gotten up to like the danger pickle.
The danger. What?
The Devil Joe.
Picklesaurus Rex.
The Devil Joe is known for eating elder dragons. Elder dragons are known for eating other elder dragons as well. Like
And
and
Nerd
Devil
Yaka.
Joe is the Lord of Hunger. It
Yeah.
just consumes.
He's super hungry.
And
Pretty
it quite,
fucking much.
and it quite literally kind of looks like a pickle.
And then and the cool thing about him, he fights with everybody, like
Mhm.
against everybody. There's not a monster that likes him.
Well, if he goes around eating them all, I'm pretty sure that would be a good reason for them not to like him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God damn it. You're supposed to jump there.
Yeah, we were having a family gathering and you ate my uncle.
And then you tried to eat me. Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh my. Gavin Dorsey guy.
Okay, there we go. Get up there.
God damn it.
Hey, Travis.
Yo, tragic.
Oh,
No.
tragedy.
I just thought I'd stop in because those I'm sick.
Oof.
Oh god, no.
Aw.
Beyond the normal
Well, we already
sickness.
know that. You're crazy.
I wanted to finish that line, but I realized we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can't say you're sick as a dog on YouTube?
The line I've said on Pierre's channel a few times is I'm sick of these commies.
Yes,
Ah.
commies. We'll make that a substitute.
Same thing.
Fair enough.
All right.
God
Okay.
damn it,
Where's
stop
the
doing your
apparition?
fucking face slam, you bastard.
Oh, you're fighting a Urang.
So
Rabadon.
we knew you were. Oh, you mean not in the? You don't mean in the head? Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you're friends with us, so we know you're sick.
He's fighting a giant spiky armadillo.
Oh.
You
But is he-
know,
but is he
as
down
much
with the
medicine I've
sickness?
taken to get rid of this cold, I'll be fighting a giant spiked armadillo soon.
My brother says feel better, Travis.
Thank
I
you.
have 3 copies of Royal Magical Library.
Okay. Where the hell is it? Okay, I see it now.
Ha.
He's gonna be.
It's going to sound even
seeing
worse because I
heffalumps
got
and
them out.
oozles.
Could you?
Well, if you have a sore throat, hot lemonade with honey and whiskey is
have any.
good.
Gonna
I don't have any
elemental
whiskey,
discharge
but I have
all over your
some.
face.
Say, honey tends to be good on a sore throat anyway, between its antibacterial properties and that'll coat it.
Yeah, no,
Which-
just heat up some lemonade and add honey and whiskey, and it actually makes a really decent medicinal hot toddy.
And
Yeah, we're
on,
just
where's
coming up
my-
with excuses to drink.
You don't need an excuse to drink.
it's a dandy and why.
I am not coming up with excuses to drink.
Did you fuck
Who
off,
needs
you
I mean,
weird
you
ass
don't.
bugs?
Drink.
I don't have any of those things on me. So would Scotch, Gatorade, and corn syrup work?
Not
No.
nearly as well.
The Gatorade
I
will
wouldn't-
keep you hydrated, so definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Keep
I wouldn't
holding
want
on
to
to
try
that.
it. I
Just
mean,
just heating up some scotch, and if you have like regular sugar, add that. Don't go with corn syrup.
yeah. Let's say. No, I mean, it's
Do you have any cinnamon?
I'm not exactly sure why I have corn syrup.
I asked
The
if you have
pancakes?
cinnamon.
Oh, cinnamon.
Shillineman?
No one has real cinnamon. We have a fake cinnamon.
Shiminin.
last time I
Let's
had
try this again. Travis,
syrup, I was
do you have
making
any
brandy balls.
cinnamon?
I do. Does it expire?
It loses its potency. It doesn't really expire unless you can visually see mold in it. There's not a problem with it. I would say heat up a little bit of the scotch, put some cinnamon and sugar in it.
Shiminin.
Goddamn
Schmiedemann?
cinnamon roll.
I
Well,
just
have
like
these
doing the
goofy ass
poly-dub
kids
thing
eat
to
the
where it's like you
cinnamon
call it either like Shiminin or Slinneman.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Shiminin.
Yes.
Or
There's
have
the
these
big
goofy ass
homosexual.
kids-
Polly
one more
refuses
piece.
to say cinnamon.
One more piece of Exodia to find. Yay!
Good luck. Happy hunting.
No.
they no longer banned the forbidden one.
It's never been banned.
It's always been limited though.
But it's forbidden.
That's just its name.
Is it though?
Yes.
Is it though?
Yes.
I'm on my
It's-
phone. So I can-
Do you have any
I-
They
kind
brought
of
another fucking
what-
Rabadon? Jesus God
what
Christ.
kind of Gatorade is it? Like what flavor?
It's like the powdered blue one.
Oh, that
What,
doesn't
like the
mix
glacial
well with
freeze?
anything.
Can I just mix powder with the scotch?
Why don't you just
Probably.
drink scotch?
I gotta be
Yeah, I would-
careful.
I wouldn't put the Gatorade in the scotch. It just doesn't.
Do not put the Gatorade in the scotch. That'll be disgusting, especially since you have the blue one. You don't have any kind of like fruit juice or anything?
Yay, I can activate a Lure of Darkness. Cool.
Okay. Don't. No, I don't.
Or tea?
I have Lintham's iced tea.
Ugh.
I have Exodia. Nice.
You were not prepared when you got sick, sir.
I don't think he was expecting to get sick.
I don't think I don't think you understand how guys get sick. We don't necessarily like, I'm gonna get sick around today, tomorrow, so then we can stock up.
I don't know. I basically just went out. I have like the extra strength Mucinex, which I don't understand. Why don't you just sell it as that? Don't cut my Mucinex down. I got the real Sudafed. You know the stuff you got to ask the pharmacist for.
The stuff that
Mhm.
you use to make drugs.
Yes.
Good.
Sudafed.
Yeah. No, this
Wait a minute.
pseudo.
You know what's funny about that name? Sued a Fed.
I knew you were gonna go there.
I don't get it.
You don't.
You'll
Tyr
meet the
doesn't
Hat
get it?
Man.
Don't.
It was
Don't.
a joke.
I was like, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Tyr doesn't get it.
He works for the U.S. government. He doesn't want to get it.
Exactly.
It's okay. Tyr
He's
just
trying-
forgot to breathe. Is all.
God damn it, you motherfucking.
Hey,
Yeah, oxygen
Why so hard?
deprivation is a bastard.
Why is it so hard to find good undead motherfucking servants?
You know, those dead people are really, really hard to come by.
They tend to get pissed when you raise them.
That's irrelevant. I'm a necromancer. I do what the fuck I want.
But you were a lich.
Got the tail Raider Safari.
Same difference.
It is not the same thing, and you know it.
It is the same thing. It's just that currently I'm playing a necromancer.
Okay.
He's LARPing.
He's
I'm LARPing as a human. I'm LARPing as a living person.
You know, being a necromancer is really, really hard. It's hard to raise a family.
It's not.
Oh,
Especially when they're buried so far apart.
It's not. You start with a grandma. You start raising grandma. Then you raise grandpa. Then you raise the kids. You know.
Did you
it's
hear
how it
about?
works.
Did you hear about the necromancer that was a bodybuilder?
Yeah. No.
He was doing a lot of deadlifting.
Put him from tests.
I mean, my personal favorite is Dr. Frankenstein entered a bodybuilding competition. When the day arrived, he realized he was in the wrong place.
you're talking about dead things. Guess what? Did you guys see what I worked on this week?
No.
A corpse?
yes, actually, it freaked me out.
Yeah, the carrying cradle. What it
that a
is
euphemism?
no, that's what it's called. It's called the carrying carrying cradle.
Hmm.
It's what they use to preserve stillborn babies.
Oh.
And Integris Hospital couldn't find anybody that wanted to work on them.
Ah.
I can kind of see a reason for that.
So can I.
And my boss is like, well, I know the person.
I
really
have
sucks
someone
when you-
specifically in mind. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a drink.
It really sucks whenever you brick with an Exodia deck and you don't have any good discard outlets or any of the cards that you need to start.
Yeah.
It's called
That's
bricking. You brick with Exodia. How does somebody brick with Exodia?
Same way someone bricks without Exodia.
That's Monarchs.
I think the dumbest thing they did was make Exodia an archetype and give you Exodia Necros.
Necros is just so weak and boring. There's actually much better Exodia cards now.
No, I think they should just. What is the point? If you have an instant win condition, why would you be discarding it to summon something that's shit?
Travis, I actually was quite interested in that
Sorry.
project you had at work.
Continue, Travis. I was listening.
Oh yeah, I had to. My boss is like, well, we have a guy that'll be glad to work on it.
Did you ask him first?
No, he didn't. Of course he didn't ask.
He just volunteered you.
He just sent me to the hospital under the listing commercial refrigerator.
Oh, that is
Oh.
so fucking.
Oh, oh my god, that is some dark humor, man. That is.
That is
that's great.
terrible.
That's
I
great.
that-
think-
hilarious.
Hold on. If we're gonna do this, we have to do this right. It's like that is dark, terrible, and wrong, and I absolutely love it.
Yes.
Well, honestly, I gotta give it to him because looking back on it was kind of funny. Because I got down there and I got to talking to the guy, and my first thought was I want to talk to facilities because commercial refrigerator is a facilities things or engineering.
Excuse me.
And they're like, no, you're talking to the wrong guy.
It's like, oh no, you need to go talk to Dr. So and so in pathology.
Oh, you know what?
And you're like, what?
We might need to change the subject. Sorry. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
realize that my brother was listening to
Mm.
this in the same room as my mom and his wife.
Ooh,
And
and
this
I don't know everything, but it
touches,
sounds like it's a rough one.
Yeah, this touches a not great chord. Sorry, brother. I didn't realize you were in the living room.
So
how about that?
So
How about those
that?
Knicks?
How about that? Insert local sports team.
I like
Terrible.
that insert local sports team. I hope they do well in that sports ball game.
Oh, they're never going to come out on top in that sports ball game. The other team is undefeated.
Hey, undefeated in that sports ball game? God damn it.
Well,
I
I
was hoping
mean,
they win.
you know, that local
Well-
sports team I heard is a good group of Rough Riders, and everyone loves to root for a Rough Rider.
Good point.
No, ruffians. Group of ruffians. See, use the terminology proper.
Bro, if you don't get the fucking Letterkenny reference, just say you don't get the reference.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
one's
know what
the
the hell a Letterkenny
alt,
is.
that one's the alt-right episode, which is just retard. I hate half that one, but it's funny because you know they go change the name of one of the things, so it's this Rough Riders versus that Rough Riders. Like everyone loves to root for a Rough Rider, though I still think they should have called them the Letterkenny Footfuckers.
I have no clue what the hell a Letterkenny is.
Letterkenny is a TV show from Canada that takes place in the town of Letterkenny. If we get to a lull in that, we might just go over the first season of it because I love that series, and at least the first I've got the first 8 seasons.
Tier, you know when we say when somebody says "to be fair" and all of us will repeat "to be fair" back.
With a to be fair,
That's where it comes from.
that's
To be
where
fair,
that's where also the allegedly comes from.
Well, that's not the
Yes.
allegedly I'm using.
Because you know, did
Allegedly.
you hear about the ginger? He fucked an ostrich, allegedly.
Yeah, I'm a troglodyte. I'm a Philistine. I haven't seen it.
I recommend it.
you want to hear about another dick move my boss pulled on me this week?
Yeah, what did he do?
Okay.
My the transmission went out in my work van.
Okay.
So you can say you broke a tranny.
So
Oh,
he
God.
puts into our work chat. Everybody, Travis is running behind today. He blew a tranny in the van.
Oh, gee.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
I like your boss.
You need to tell your boss, you like, I got a couple people I
sounds-
talk with online. They actually like your humor.
He sounds like a right proper asshole.
Well, all the people I work with, I'll just go down the list. I got one guy used to be a bouncer in Las Vegas, 2 veterans, a roughneck, and then me.
A hillbilly.
So, and the other thing is, we don't really have any women that work there. So, we kind of go a little bit overboard.
So no HR complaints.
We don't even actually have an HR.
I like this job already.
My
Damn.
my Brandy was. She's like, which by the way, that's not her real name. I don't have her permission to use her real name in
Fake name works.
All right. You can just call her the IHOP waitress.
Waffle House.
Miss IHOP, Miss
Waffle House,
IHOP,
there it
obvious, or Miss Waffle House, obviously.
But she says, well, do you need to, was like, can you take off this day? Can you put in with HR to take off this day?
You're like, with who?
And I'm like, it's like, how long will it take to approve it? I'm like, hold on. So I call my boss up and I'm like, boss, I need to take this day off. Okay. Didn't even ask why.
Yep. Yeah, we do have an HR department, but I can sign up for and get approved in real time. I'm like, boom, hey, they do have 8 hours available for time off on that day. It's yours.
Yeah, if I want time off, I just call in FMLA.
That's not how that's supposed to be used.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, it is.
say
No,
that
it's not.
No, family medical leave. It's in the title.
So basically, another company that lets people abuse FMLA.
Well, it's U.S. government. What do you expect?
No,
Don't even
I
have
was
one.
gonna say you don't have the F in the FMLA.
Yeah, I do. The FMLA is for it's for my gout.
The FMLA does its. You can use it for chronic conditions for yourself too.
Okay.
yeah, but if you're
It's-
doing it for your actual gout, that makes sense. But if you're just saying, "Oh, I just don't feel like going in," FMLA, that's abuse of FMLA.
Again,
Mm.
it's rare I call out anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And then I still got leave that I can use anytime I want.
Yeah, for my regular vacation, I have to typically put it in at least a week or two in advance.
We do annual leave for our vacation. I got I got technically 6 weeks of vacation.
If they usually give us the thing for the next year, like halfway through December, so people can start if they have vacation plans for the following year. I'm actually finally starting to do better of remembering that I have vacation before July.
I take my birthday off in March. My first vacation is always my birthday in March, which I usually take the week and 2 days off. And then my second vacation is sometime in June. My third is sometime in August. My fourth is my mother's birthday. And then my sprinkle days, I just pick random days.
Yeah, I usually take the week of my birthday off for no reason other than I can. And then I may take days off, like I just take like random Fridays off or whatnot.
Yeah.
I only take Fridays off, generally speaking, if it's a day, if it's a specific date I was already going to be taking off, or if
Oh no, dude.
the date I would normally schedule to have off is on a kind of Saturday.
Well, there's nothing like going through because you have enough vacation. You're like, screw it. I did this like 2 years ago. For the month of October, I took every Friday off.
Yeah, I
Nice.
could do that.
A coworker of mine's, we're all scheduled to be there till 8. He takes
Half day.
No, he doesn't take half day. He leaves at 7:30. He has enough leave that he can put in to leave at 7:30 for the rest of the year
Damn.
because he doesn't use his leave only time. So we have you have up to 200 hours, and then you have use or lose, and then he takes the whole month of March off because he likes to be with his daughter.
Hey,
So that entire so he takes the entire month of March off, and mind you, it's all paid leave. So for 1 month out of the year, he does not work at all.
oh, I ain't knocking him at all for that.
Yeah,
I'd do it if I could.
I should.
It's another coworker of mine who, by the end of the year, he has massive use or lose. So they make him take December off, and he the reason why he does it that way is because they make him take it. They have to give it to him.
Yeah.
Like you can't just say, oh well, you got to put in for win. Nope. If I save it all up and I have use or lose, y'all have to let me take it.
Mhm.
And that's what that's what he does. He saves up all his leave, and we don't see him from the beginning of November to the beginning of January. And that's around time he goes on his hunting trips with his family.
So that's why I still think a lot of places should just do. I know it pisses some people off because they're always like, "Oh, I believe they should do the leave buyback," but I don't believe they should do it like a lot of places think that it should be, where it'd be, "Oh, you can sell it back whenever." Nope, it's only whenever that company's fiscal year rolls around. So if like
Government. So our fiscal year rolls around the October 1st.
that's when the new one starts.
Yeah, October 1st. Mhm.
Yes, that's when the new one starts. But a lot of regular companies, it's still December is their last month.
It's a giant iguana, and it was going to leave you alone.
But it's what I'm hunting.
My boss got mad because he had to pay out vacation because I didn't take.
Well,
he says like, next year you're taking a fucking vacation.
Yeah, to kind of get what I was going at, because then it allows, but you do it at like, it's whatever doesn't roll over if you have a rollover, and it's set at your standard rate with no other bonuses. So like for me, since I have a shift bonus, I wouldn't get a shift bonus. So it'd be whatever my regular pay is without a shift bonus.
Yeah, that's what it is for us.
Yeah.
So if you take off a day, you don't get your it's called
Oh no, if I take vacation
differential.
vacation regularly, I still get my shift bonus because I'm still scheduled to work that. Like if I come in early, I still get my shift bonus even though I'm working first shift. But what I was saying is you do a thing to where you allot it to where whatever would be rolled over rolls over, whatever doesn't roll over just gets bought back automatically. They don't get to fucking, try to save it up for a certain thing or whatever, but it allows some of the old timers and some of the younger people that we have that work there that aren't going to use all their vacation, don't even really care to use all their vacation. Then you don't have to pay 2 other people overtime. And if you got like op techs that are working that overtime or some of the other people, it's like you're paying overtime to 2 people that was going to cost you more to pay the person that took vacation. And some people are going to use all of their vacation.
Did you just kill their mom?
No, because they're not Jagresses. I can't remember what the fuck they are. Oh, they are Jagresses. Never mind. That one's just a giant Jagras. I don't know. It eats them. But everything eating everything in Monster Hunter is pretty common.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, the thing that companies should be doing, but unfortunately, too many of them still have that dumbass boomer mentality of being like, oh, no, you don't want to take vacation. You want to stay and work for the company. and then get mad when they have to let people take vacation at the end of the year, instead of being like, no, encourage people to use their vacation throughout the year, so in busier time frames they're not able to. That's the reason is why, as well, for certain things that like the company I work for does, they'll try to do shit like work Saturdays and whatnot because they want people to burn out their flex time. Because then if their flex time is burned out, which is what they can use at any time, they have to either work or take the point. Although in the next couple months or whatever, we are supposed to be getting, because of Michigan mandates, another 32 hours of flex time. So
Nice.
instead of having 5 days worth of flex, we're going to have 9 days worth of flex, which means I'm going to have an extra 4 days to schedule, because we can
Nice.
only roll over 5 days total between flex and vacation. And I always roll over 5 days.
Good idea.
Meh.
I mean, if I don't use my flex, that just means I got 5 extra vacation days the next year.
Yeah, I try to roll a little bit. The one thing is, if when you're dealing with the use it or lose it stuff and everything, my company does not in any way, shape, or form encourage people not to use their time. In fact, they very much, hey, you want the time, you need the time, take the time, and everything like that. I don't think they're in a pinch where they have to give you the time if you don't voluntarily take it before then. But if they do, either way, what you'd end up with is that would be that'd be a mark on your review for basically not taking ownership and planning your time.
Well, for some people, it's they forget they have vacation. Like I've had for like the first couple of years, I completely forgot for like the first half of the year I had vacation because I didn't do anything else other than go to work, go to the gym, and talk to my folks on the weekend.
Yeah, that does tend to happen sometimes.
Like I'm actually a very, very boring person in real life since I've gotten out of the military. And then it didn't help with like how often it's like I was already pretty introverted, but like anytime I would try to like set something up of like predominantly like a, hey, let's as a shop go out to lunch, and then just to get like it's one thing to just say no, I'm not interested, but I get the whole thing of like, yeah, I'm interested. Okay, I'm gonna look at it at this time. It's like at this time from, yeah, man, that works for me. That day comes up and fucking nothing from anyone. Like not even a
Yeah, I
like,
hate
yeah,
that.
man, I can't make it. It's like, dude, I don't go out
That's
too
why I
much,
stopped
but
going out with people.
yeah,
Like,
well,
that's
it's
why I
that
stopped
whole,
hanging out with people.
it was that whole thing as well. Cause there'd be other people. It's like, I'm going to do this, this weekend, and half the shop would show up to their thing. And it's like, dude, if you, I'd respect y'all more if you're just like, I don't want to go. It's like, it's the reason why I said lunch. There's no expectation to go out and get drunk after fucking lunch. You fuck off and do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Or even just hanging out like with friends and stuff like that. I barely want to do that, like outside of work or anything. I'm
So-
also a very boring person too, so don't worry.
That's like one of the other friends that I got that I've known since I was like 13 or whatnot here. Like, it's not the fact that I'm trying to ignore him or anything. It's the fact that like, we're both almost 40, and he also he's married and has kids. So he still has to do the dad thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely normal.
Yes, father responsibilities.
Yep. He doesn't babysit his kids. He spends time with his kids.
As one should.
Plus, he
Hey,
just started a
I get
new
it.
business, and I hope he does well.
Yeah. So, remember my friend my friend Amanda, she was the one that did the driving when we did the Man on the Street.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She messaged me today, and most of the time she messages me, it's either A, she's bored, or B, catastrophe.
Let me guess. It would be a catastrophe.
Well, she managed to get herself fired from work and her house broken into and ransacked in the same day.
Ooh.
Impressive.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
That? When you start turning around and checking your karmic logbook.
I'm like,
Oh, now I gotta go fight Mr. Icefucker.
and I was like doing my best to be like, I'm part of me. I was like, I was being really trying to be really like
Supportive.
supportive, but I did offer because she basically neglects her house. The last time I was over there, she had problems like shutting and locking the door.
Oh fuck.
Now you have a swarm of Dilo bats.
It's like, why don't you let me fix this? Just go buy a door, a door lock, deadbolt. We can have it fixed in like an hour. Or
Right.
2 hours.
Well,
if
my
you have-
brother says that's some shit luck.
Somebody did some karmic shifting without a clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Fucking downshifted on that one. It was just like, fuck the clutch.
and then she got fired from work because you know how Amazon has the robots in warehouses?
Yeah.
I do now.
Okay. Yeah.
She walked into that robot thing, the floor with the robots on it, without any PPE on to identify that she's on the floor.
Oh wow.
On purpose or on accident?
Oh, they don't care.
Because like she could have mistakenly walked out into the wrong floor.
I don't know. She told me it was an accident, but then she says I was walking across it to give something to somebody.
And if she wasn't
Okay.
taught properly of the PPE she was supposed to be, that would be on the person who trained her and everything else as well. Okay, I don't have to eat for that.
Yeah, but you know, Amazon, they're gonna.
A lot of companies are going to be like that.
Mhm.
All right.
I mean, as much as people bitch about other CEOs, I mean, you know, Jeff Bezos does not pretend to be the nice guy.
No, you don't.
All right. Let's see. Is there any new decent Pellico equipment to go with? When the fuck did
man
this one come
basically-
out? Jesus Christ. They're trying to make a sparkly ass Elvis Pellico. No, all right. Do y'all have up what I have up, or it's like the game I have up?
I do.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why? Don't put that on that poor thing's head.
Studio
Oh.
54.
You
World
poor
Star.
thing.
I got the Rathio stuff on right now. Oh, I forgot about the Bond armor.
Oh my goodness! It's the kitty in the plastic bubble.
The Lumo armor.
Oh, it's
Jesus.
that kitty.
And the Rathian.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, a lot of the armor is freaking cool because like the starting stuff was the leather.
Take
And you got the
that.
bone.
Oh.
the Jagras,
Oh.
the Kulu, the Puke,
Hmm.
the Alloy, the Baroff,
Oh my. Conquistador.
the Jura, the Kadachi, and Janath. And currently I have him with the Rathios armor. Yeah, I haven't. Oh wow, that stuff's
This one's
actually
cute.
pretty decent for attack. Shit for ranged. Well, not much better than worse than mine. Okay, attack's not much better. Instead of a severing, it's a blunt. I'm not gonna worry about that.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
What other
The
switch axis can I make?
the Scotch Gatorade corn syrup mix did not work well.
You
Oh, we didn't
think?
tell you that.
You had like everyone telling you that was a bad idea.
Well,
That's desperation right there.
Yo, dog, that's a bad idea right now.
It's like, no shit, Sherlock.
I'm gonna do it.
That's like whenever that's like I used to tell my buddy Dustin a long time ago. We haven't spoken in a while, but I used to tell him whenever I tell him, don't do this. This is a stupid thing to do. Don't do the stupid thing. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, I did the stupid thing. Like, you stupid son of a bitch. Ugh.
I'll tell you what. My microwave smells like Scotch now.
Oh.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, not as long as it's a good scotch.
I'll tell you one thing: the Scotch fumes got the grease out of the microwave.
Ew.
Did you put it in the microwave?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
I
how
told
else
him
am
to eat it.
Because he went and
I
put
It's
it in the
supposed to be heated.
microwave.
I was afraid he'd turn around and put it in the microwave.
Ah.
There's a thing called a pan or a pot that you put on your stove.
This
Heats
was
things
faster.
up when you heat up the stove. And
It
then your
required me to-
microwave doesn't smell like scotch.
Look,
Oh, boy.
I'm 40. I'm a 42-year-old male. I'm surprised the entire house don't smell like Scotch.
Say,
I'm surprised the house didn't burn down.
I'm jealous. I want my microwave to smell like Scotch now.
What
Oh,
you do, you go in there, you put some Scotch in the microwave, put it on there for a minute.
There you go.
look, I will tell you how to get that lock.
Sounds like Travis tried to do the whole thing of like, yeah, you know, so my whole house smells like vanilla because I heard it's supposed to be good against like, what was it, spiders or whatnot. And apparently
Hey,
you're only
that's
supposed to use
forbid.
like a couple drops. And yeah, I used like a tablespoon.
Oh, geez.
You realize that's peppermint, right?
peppermint,
Not
that's it.
vanilla.
I couldn't remember what it was.
Look,
Thank you, but for
overkill is underrated.
Hey, I
underkill
I
is
use
overrated.
peppermint as a fuel for eating fire. So I mean, I'm not knocking the peppermint.
Peppermint or peppermint schnapps?
Peppermint oil, essential oil.
Wow.
Oh, someone's all fancy.
Hey, it makes the place smell really nice. It makes the fire taste extra good.
Fancy pants, Rich McGee over here.
Hey man, he's so fancy.
No.
You already know.
Now I wonder what other flowers taste like.
Oh, wow.
Hot
What does
and
the
burny.
fire? That sounds like a Homer Simpson thing to say. Ooh,
Ooh.
what does this fire taste like?
What does the fire taste like?
When I
I
do
can't
it,
do a Homer
candy
impression to
canes.
save my life.
Yeah, it's kind of like the meme where they're talking about how many calories uranium has, and you're like,
Enough for a lifetime.
I wonder how what does it taste like?
Mhm.
What
'Cause
does
you know
uranium
somebody-
taste like?
It has
you know somebody
calories,
tastes
so you must be able to eat it, right?
You can. I'm not suggesting you should.
Like I said, it's enough calories for a lifetime.
The short lifetime.
Well, they use calorie
Almost
as
a half-life. It's a unit of
But-
energy.
It is splitting your atoms. Bumps.
I mean, as the old saying goes, you bring a guy, set him by a fire, he's warm for a time frame. You set a man on fire, he's warm for the rest of his life.
My brother
I
says,
thought that was a
how
fishing
small
line.
is the house that a tablespoon fills up the whole house?
Some stuff is just what would be like
It was
pungent.
the smell of the vanilla. or
Very
peppermint
aromatic.
in this case, brother.
I bet it is. Don't go too overboard with peppermint. It will fuck you up. Peppermint does make your head hurt.
I should do this on my phone more often and wonder about the house and do stupid things.
and let us hear your insanity. Yes, I applaud this.
Kind of like how some of them hear me for when I'm at the gym on Mondays.
That would have been a funny TikTok to start doing.
Yeah.
One tried to do stupid shit around the house.
Did you add cinnamon and sugar like I said?
Oh, he added the
Well-
corn syrup.
Don't you run away, you
Did
bastard.
you
Get
put
your ass
any
back here.
cinnamon in it?
I did put the cinnamon in it. I did use the corn syrup because I just now found my sugar.
Oh. Okay. Well, have fun drinking that.
I am not drinking this.
Do it.
Don't drink stupid things.
Do
I've
it.
already tried a drink out of it. And I'm like, no.
Add some water, you'll be
I've
good.
drunk dumber things, but
Do it.
No balls.
I would not have chosen the corn syrup. I would have just gone with sugar.
well, I couldn't find the sugar at that time. I didn't realize that Brandy actually put it back where it's supposed to be and not where I usually keep it.
Peer pressure.
God, you fucking noisy
Yes.
ass bastard.
Zach, I've only ever had corn syrup around the place for one reason, and that's Grandma's recipe brandy balls. Corn syrup is a
Oh,
binding agent.
I was gonna say bourbon balls, rum balls.
Okay.
The
Do
brandy
you do
corn.
the one?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you do the one that's it like pulverized vanilla wafers
Yep.
with cocoa powder,
Yep.
corn syrup, and is there part and the alcohol?
Yeah, the alcohol, and then you let them sit and rest in a tin for a while, coated with powdered sugar, because they'll.
Yeah. I was gonna say and powdered sugar to. Yeah. And you let them sit and they ferment a little bit more, become slightly
Yep.
more alcoholic.
Oh, you
And
bastard!
actually, you get more of the flavor, but the longer you let them sit, the more the alcohol evaporates out of them. So you have like more of the flavorful and less of the actual booze.
Either way, they're delicious.
Oh, absolutely. That is a Forge family tradition for Christmas.
I
Yeah,
Y'all get
actually
drunk and
int-
throw up.
I actually intend to create a business revolving around just a riff off of like bourbon and rum balls, where I make them taste like flavored shots. Like
Oh,
Do it.
that does sound interesting. Yeah, Christmas time Grandma Forge was
Oh, God damn it!
brandy balls, date pinwheels, church window cookies, and chocolate no bakes. And I mean enough of them that they filled the cookie box for a couple, let's see, starting around Thanksgiving until sometime mid late January.
nice.
Mm.
Traditionally, I make shortbread, like shortbread cookies. Um, but my roommate's mother used to make bourbon balls every year, and
Yes.
that's how I have the recipe for bourbon balls.
Nice.
And
She,
that's why for me those are as much traditional Christmas cookies as the iced sugar cookies.
hmm
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Um, now I will add.
Gotcha, bitch.
I bake like 2 or 3 different types of cookies a year. Sometimes up to 5 different types of cookies a year, depending on how industrious I'm feeling. But one the one that I always make is shortbread. And then, like I said, depending on the mood that I'm in. One year I made shortbread and snickerdoodles and a chocolate chip cookie, and I made another one, but I can't remember. But I usually I made the bourbon balls that year. My roommate always makes fudge because her mom's things were the bourbon balls and the fudge. Um,
Yeah, I took the brandy balls into work one year.
but I want to get to where I make something at least once a week instead of just baking a whole bunch of crap for
A
the
specific
holiday.
event.
My
Yeah.
family, we used to make a whole bunch of like a bunch of Christmas cookies, a bunch of different kinds, and then I learned more. I learned about Buckeye cookies.
Buckeye cookies or like the Buckeye chocolate?
Like the
Uh,
Buckeye cookie, they're made out of chocolate, peanut
and
butter,
peanut butter.
and they've got like a little. Some of them will have a walnut or something in them.
Yeah, see, I've never had a cookie. I've had Buckeyes before. It's usually peanut butter, powdered sugar, made like a truffle,
Mhm.
and
And then
then
dipped in
you dip
chocolate.
it in chocolate.
Yes.
Let's get bombs again.
I've
Yeah,
never had
those
it with a walnut though. That sounds like an interesting touch.
You can make them that way, but they usually get put on top of it after, like while they're baking it.
I never knew those got baked.
I've never baked a Buckeye in my life. It's a
Yeah,
candy.
never. I could see doing a like putting a hazelnut in the core of it.
Mm-hmm. You can do that too.
Get
That would
that
be-
hazelnut.
That would be amazing.
I would enjoy it, but I would never be able to get my mother to touch it. She hates hazelnuts.
That was one of those. I'm kind of cool with some flavored coffees and everything like that, but I specifically conditioned myself to like hazelnut coffee more than I did before because Mrs. Forge absolutely hated hazelnut coffee. So it gave me a coffee that I could have that she wouldn't drink all my coffee up.
Hazelnut coffee is fine. I don't mind it.
Oh, there was a restaurant hereabouts that had like a absolutely amazing hazelnut coffee with like cream and whipped cream on top and everything.
Oh,
And it was
Hard
like
pass the whipped cream.
like 250, about 250 for the first cup, but they, you know, even with their hazelnut coffee was free refills, so they like go there for a meal and have the hazelnut coffee and just keep refilling. Of course, nowadays I can't do that, but
my brother says French vanilla or bust when it comes to coffee.
see, I'll do French vanilla.
I
Some of
get
the
bored.
some of the
Like French vanilla's. Go ahead.
I'll say some of the Irish creamers are pretty decent as well.
French vanilla is okay, but I actually am very big on variety. So
Well, I tend to mix it up.
I go on I get 3 different coffee creamers each month. One I had to switch to sugar free at home.
It
Mhm.
happens.
So I just grab one of every kind of sugar free one that I can get. Right now my options are hazelnut, French vanilla, Italian cream, which I kind of try to avoid because my roommate always gets Italian cream, in the sugar-free one. And then, chocolate caramel, which is actually really
See,
but
rather
they
than
al
getting
mm,
go ahead.
when it's the right season, they also make sure that there's, peppermint mocha or pumpkin spice, which I usually avoid pumpkin spice, but I accidentally picked it up thinking it was hazelnut once this year.
Okay,
They put them right next to each other, and I grabbed the wrong pot.
say pumpkin spice pancakes are actually pretty dope.
No, weirdly enough, I do not like pumpkin spice things. I like actual, like, pumpkin bread, stuff that actually uses pumpkin,
Mhm.
I like.
That's fair.
But pumpkin
You would
spice stuff, I'm just like, if I wanted to have a cup of nutmeg, I would have just put nutmeg in my coffee.
like Culver's pumpkin spice shakes then.
Is it mostly cinnamon?
No, they make it with real pumpkin.
Oh, real. Mm.
Shamos.
Because most stuff that says pumpkin spice is actually just the spices that they'd use in pumpkin pie.
Yeah, no, they get the shake stuff and they actually put pumpkin in it. You can
Nice.
Yeah, it's
you
not
go inside,
surprising.
you can watch them.
I'll be back real quick.
Because for some reason they always go like super heavy on the nutmeg in most pumpkin spice mixes, and I'm not a big nutmeg fan. Like if I ever make my own pumpkin pie, I'm probably if I use any nutmeg, it'll probably be half of whatever the recipe calls for. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
use nutmeg.
I've used nutmeg in lots of things.
Nutmeg is actually okay. Here's weird. Nutmeg is good in savory dishes.
Or on eggnog, like a good eggnog has nutmeg.
Cinnamon, cinnamon,
Love me,
cinnamon with maybe just a little bit of clove.
love me a good eggnog.
I absolutely adore eggnog, but
Mhm.
not.
Oh, you can also make eggnog with like a cinnamon whiskey would be awesome.
I tend to put Fireball in my eggnog.
Or Goldschlager would be really good
Goldschlager.
too.
Oh,
Fireball's also pretty good to put into a hard cider.
Yes.
it is.
Mhm.
Fireball mixed with a hard cider. Amazing.
I would honestly say
My-
something like an Old Orchard instead of like an Angry Orchard instead of like a Red's Apple, because the Red's Apple tends to be
You
too
know-
fucking sweet.
My
A lot of people
favorite.
really hate. A lot of
Well-
people really hate Sam Adams for some reason, but I like Sam Adams.
My favorite. I made a drink myself. I call it adult pumpkin pie.
Mhm.
I mean, more for
It's-
you. I'm not a pumpkin pie guy, but continue, please.
Well, it's basically a shot of Fireball and a shot of some type of vanilla alcohol, like vanilla vodka, vanilla. If you can find like a vanilla bourbon, I prefer vanilla
Like
bourbon.
Vanilla Crown.
With the Izzy's apple sparkling juice, and it
Mm.
tastes like pumpkin pie.
It might actually be good with Vanilla Crown.
Yeah, vanilla crown would work, but
For
it
some
tastes
reason, that's the only one I could think of off the top of my head.
it tastes like pumpkin pie, and it's delicious. Or apple pie, not pumpkin. But yeah, I
one
call it
would be-
adult liquid apple pie.
See,
I can
that
see
I
that.
could
And it-
do. Pumpkin pie, I'm not the kind. Or not the
I
person
kept
for.
saying pumpkin. I know. I'm sorry, but no, it's adult liquid apple pie, and it's delicious.
Oh, the guy has that weird song where the guy says he's on Fireball.
Mm.
If you ever heard that song.
Nope. Can't say as I have.
It's not a bad song.
The only thing a pumpkin is good for is set pieces on Halloween.
Depending on what you're shooting them with, they also do make pretty good targets.
Oh yeah, they do. Especially when they explode.
Pumpkin seeds after you make a jack-o'-lantern are good.
If he does.
You just clean it out, clean off the seeds, and roast them. Oh, so good.
Do love good roast pumpkin seeds.
It also makes a good soup, like butternut squash soup.
Yeah,
Pumpkin soup is
allergic.
good like that too. Oh, sorry.
Most squashes. Pumpkins are like one of the ones I can have.
Okay, so then you could have pumpkin soup.
Yeah, just not butternut squash soup.
No, well, then I found a way for you to have the same experience, just with a squash that you can eat. I'm actually going to make butternut squash soup for the first time on Tuesday. I'm kind of excited because I've wanted to try making it for a while.
I'm not a squash guy.
I actually really like squash. It's one of my things.
I still thought it was funny
Better-
apparently growing up that like so many of my friends and whatnot were like, "Oh no, man, you can't have broccoli without like a bunch of cheese." And I'm like, "You just need to butter and salt it." It's like steamed butter and salted. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong
it
with you.
is.
Oh, the Odo Goron.
I don't know. I like squash sauteed. And I'm actually gonna. I have a couple of zucchini that I'm going to like dice up and use it in scrambled eggs.
Well, for most of what I've heard, it's like steamed, roasted. Most vegetables like that, and it typically aren't too bad. It's typically when they're fucking boiled that they're just god awful.
Oh no,
Yeah.
boiled vegetables is. I don't understand people.
The
who
only time
boil-
you're boiling vegetables or something like that is if you're doing potatoes to get them to something or otherwise, or they're getting boiled because they're in a fucking stew.
Corn
Yep.
on the cob.
What?
Corn on the cob.
It's the only
Corn
one
on
that's
Yeah.
top. Well,
that's-
yeah, that's
that's
because
good
Yeah,
boiled.
if you're not putting it on the grill, you're typically boiling it.
yeah, that's one of the few occasions.
Yeah, that's why I said it's basically gonna be like corn on the cob and potatoes. Potatoes.
And the potatoes, say those
Boil
only
them,
feel
mash
like
them, stick
doing.
them in a stew.
Actually, depending on what it is, like there's been people who freeze them and stick them up their butt. I don't remember-
Potatoes?
I don't remember the reason for it.
I don't recommend it.
That is a hemorrhoid treatment that I have got no interest in trying.
No,
Neither do I.
do not ruin potatoes for
Wait
me,
a minute,
Ron.
Tier's back. I didn't know that Tier was still here. He's
I
been
mean,
really
y'all were
quiet
talking
for a
about
while.
y'all were talking about alcohol and pumpkins. Two things I do not partake of often enough to know shit. And I'm not a Halloween fan, so
It's okay.
so I would just sit in this one out. I
That's understandable.
mean, I was listening the entire time.
I was like, where the fuck did Tier go? He just kind of vanished.
He bounced.
Again, y'all talk about alcohol. I tried. Granted, I do drink Southern Comfort, but I don't drink it enough to.
Southern Comfort's one of those that's
Yeah, they're a rare indulgence of mine. I don't particularly partake of wine or alcohol very often. So,
You don't partake.
right, I'm
in
not knocking
sauce.
anybody from doing it.
I mean, I do it once a week on your show most of the time.
I mean, I'm not knocking anybody that does it, but I don't. I nursed a bottle of Tennessee Honey, a regular $5 bottle of Tennessee Honey for about a year.
Wow.
Like, yeah,
Ow.
I don't drink often.
I can't. I'm just scrolling through Twitter, and I just realized that I missed a whole lot of news today. Not really a lot, but just really funny shit.
Mhm.
Like President Trump versus the Colombian president.
oh that was oh that's great.
But
Apparently
honestly,
he caved in.
yeah. But honestly, the funniest one that isn't getting as much attention is JD Vance in this interview. He's like, he was going on about, she was talking about like some foreign nationals in in the country, and he was going on. It's like, yes, they were vetted, but some of those that were vetted turned out to be terrorists anyways. And then she was about to say something. She's about to say something, and he just cuts her off and says, "I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country."
Fair enough.
Finally, somebody who has fucking balls.
You know how
Nice.
everybody had, doubts about Trump picking JD Vance?
I
Yeah.
take it you don't know.
Oh no, this guy. Once I seen him up there on the
Got him.
when he basically thrashed Twinkle Toes in that debate.
That no, the what sealed the deal for me was that look. Come on now.
Twinkle
Really?
Toes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That whole debate pissed me
really?
off for the whole thing of how
You
many
really
people
look?
afterwards are like, oh, he went up against the fucking commentators or moderators and whatnot. But the fact checking, it's like, yeah, because it's what it was fucking agreed to, you dumbass.
Twinkle Toes is Tim Walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm friends
The
with
only-
school shooters, Tim Walls.
Yeah.
I know who Tim Walls is. I've never heard him referred to as Twinkle Toes.
Or should
Only
we say the
Tier would call him
knucklehead?
Twinkle Toes.
I don't call him Twinkle Toes. I'll call him the idiot. I just know who you debated against. And
Got you twice.
The only thing that I've heard about JD Vance recently is that his two younger kids were bored at the inauguration, and I'm just like,
they're
yeah,
fun kids.
they're little kids at a very adult situation. This is not something
Yeah,
they're going to find entertaining. They are
People are
going
also
to be
pissed off
bored.
about Barron Trump because he's 18 now, and is like they're trying to say, oh, is he gonna be the next president of the United States in the future? And
No.
it's like he doesn't even seem interested in this kind of shit.
He's seen all the shit his father had to go through. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to fucking go through it himself.
Exactly.
So he's not going to be the
His
next
dad was
president. He's not going to be old enough.
I was gonna
Hell, I'm
say,
surprised JD Vance is 34 years old. He's the same age as me, and he's the vice president. That's crazy.
There's no age limit.
Yes, there
on
is. It's
vice
30.
VP.
Well, VP no, but on the or on the president there is of 35, and he'll be
Yeah,
35
but
close
again-
enough.
Like I said, I'm just surprised he's the same age as me. That just makes me happy for some reason.
I would
Makes me
think that
depressed.
the vice president would have to be at least 35 as well, because they have to be the president if anything happens to the president.
But all right, so hold on. The spirit of the law is voted in. To be elected president, you have to be that age.
Mhm.
It's nothing said that the VP has to be a certain age. You can essentially be you're taking over for his duties because you have to. You weren't voted in. So it's not a violation of the law.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be what's the word I'm looking for? It'd be Elon. If Elon was VP, Elon could, in theory, be president because he wasn't voted in. He just held the position, as VP, and something happened to the president. If he were to
Because
get
that is how our
elected in,
succession works. Yes.
yeah, that's how the line of succession works, But should he be voted? He can't be voted in. He's not a naturalized citizen or a natural born citizen.
Exactly.
So
He would have to hold the line. He would have to hold the line until the Speaker of the House gets voted in.
Well, no, not even that. He could be president and serve out the term. But he couldn't
But he
run for
couldn't
president.
run in the next election.
Yeah, he can't run as
Exactly.
president.
It would be
That's
the
what I'm
one.
saying. That's how the third in line thing works. That's why there's a third in line.
No.
No,
He-
the third in line in case the VP dies at the same time.
No, it's okay. We got to do a little bit of correction on this because has absolutely nothing to do with being elected. The way
Yes.
the Constitution words it, is specifically no person except a natural born citizen or citizen of the United States at the time of the adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible to the office of president. neither shall any person be eligible to that office who shall not have attained to the age of 35 years and been 14 years a resident within the United States. So Elon could not
Oh well, shit.
be selected as a running mate and take the office upon any removal of the president by death, resignation, or legal action. He is not, even if he got himself on the ballot, he is not eligible for
This was
the
the
office.
whole thing with like what Cenk Uygur went through when he was saying he's going to run.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that's a whole different.
Anyway.
That's the thing is him running for president would be the issue. You can't do it. However,
Sorry, guys. I'm going to dip out.
Yeah, it's been about
Um,
2 hours. We're gonna be wrapping up here pretty shortly.
Oh shit! Has it been 2
see
hours?
you
already?
later. See you later tonight.
Take it easy, Travis.
I'm going to go see the Hat Man.
Yep.
And I-
No, if the word is attained here, then Will is correct.
Oh well, then
He
I guess
can't.
JD.
Yeah, is not eligible. Period.
Oh,
Now the
shit.
thing is, if Vance is 34 and Trump lasts a year, he's perfectly fine.
Yes.
See, it also depends on when Vance's birthday is.
Yeah. But it is absolutely adamant authoritative language. It's shalls and shall nots that does not leave any wiggle room there.
Oh well, shit. Fuck. Sucks to be JD.
I'm not
Ooh.
particularly worried about that.
I don't know. I would be given how many attempts that Trump's life have taken place.
He's had what?
For
3 attempts? 3, 4 attempts?
it's 3 physical actual attempts and 1 threat.
Well, he's had a bunch of different threats.
Are you underwater?
No.
Yeah, they took out water mechanics in that game. Sucks.
Well, I'm just asking because this looks like the ocean.
It looks like it, but it's
no,
not.
he's
It's above. It's the
he's
Coral
40.
Islands. Vance.
yeah. He's 40 and change. August 1884.
Oh well, then it doesn't matter.
Yep. He's still a pup, but he's not as young as a pup as was thought.
So he's not much older than me. He's not much older than me in tier.
Yeah.
You two are pups too, so
I mean, when you're a trillion, everybody's a pup to you.
hey, it's just rules I gotta follow, man.
I got a question. Got a question, Will. You know, I'm gonna take you serious. When you were on the boat crossing the River Delaware for that attack with Mr. Washington, how did it feel? Was it cold?
I don't know.
Frigid.
I don't know. Let's ask Tier. Was he on the boat with the Mayflower?
No. I didn't. I wasn't on that boat. I was still over in Rome, fucking shit up.
I'm just joking with you.
I didn't cross over to the mainland until after that whole slavery thing.
You were fucking shit up, because, which is just code words for he fell into a fucking well, broke his leg, and they thought the well was haunted for fucking decades, and he just couldn't get anyone to go down there to give him a goddamn hand.
No, actually, I got turned into a cat for a brief several hundred years, and I was Throckmorton A. Pussykins.
Oh no! Oh, that
So
is
Tears
never going
authority
away, is it?
Nope.
What?
Tears
What's
authority
that?
confirmed.
I'm not a furry. Well, I just was a cat for a brief bit in my existence.
Oh,
know?
this is hilarious.
And what, Throckmorton? Yeah, Throckmorton will be around forever. Until we discover who the
Exodia!
hell a Throckmorton.
Ah,
What,
another one.
until we just figure out what the fuck a Throckmorton is, it will stay around.
Oh, okay. I've been seeing clips lately. I've been seeing YouTube shorts of the Orville. For some reason, it's been in my YouTube short feed.
Okay.
And my favorite characters so far from that has been the Brutus.
Not a clue. But it has been almost 2 hours and 10 minutes, so we're going to call it here. I'm actually looking forward to this week, but it's because I have a weird-ass 3-day work week because I got Tuesday and Wednesday off.
Understandable.
I'm I took those days off because I'm like, well, I could take the day before I get my my fake tooth off and have a 4-day weekend. No, I'd rather take the day after it off in case I like just kind of feel like shit.
Yeah. Smart.
So next week we're gonna be continuing with the Nicolas Cage films. I can't remember. I think next week is Bangkok Dangerous.
Yeah.
About to double check.
He's got bookmarks to the Nicolas Cage catalog.
No, I just did a quick Google search of Nicolas Cage. Yeah, so we're doing
Nicolas Cage.
Bangkok Dangerous. And there's all the different streams you can catch everyone on. Is it there's obviously the Mr. AJ's Retro Arcade, there's the Minions in Space, there's all the other Minions days besides Tuesdays. There's the AAA boys if you're into that whole thing. P-Dog, which I'm pretty sure almost everyone knows. Like there's a metric fuck ton of streams. Zelthor as well. I'll actually pimp him out a little bit, even though he's got more subs than me, just because I actually don't mind listening to him when he's doing his game streaming. Will does his either video game or paint streams on Saturdays on the Twitch. And I put out a video of me driving and kind of talking, testing my lapel mic. The second half of the trip was a bit better for the mic, it seemed like. And the first two, like the first part, the last part of that is just kind of comical. And I thought about cutting out the fucking thing fucking up on me. The thing holding my phone, but I left it in just because I didn't feel like cutting it. So there's that bunch of other stuff to do. So have a good week, folks. We're going to get out of here. Any parting is such sweet sorrow words, Tyr?
Eat, drink, and be merry.
Angela? Did we lose Angela?
No,
Okay.
I'm here.
That's
Can you
it.
hear me?
Yes.
I said good night and good night, brother.
Oh.
And be safe, everybody.
Will?
May all your throcks be Morton.
Oh no.
Critical?
Oh.
Peace and prostitution.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. Everyone have a great night and take it easy.
Bye, y'all.
See you.
Everybody have a good night.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week, or you can check out the other people in the panel in the description and see us again plausibly on one of their channels, or just check out what work they've done. Have a good week, everyone.